And welcome everyone to another edition of Stack Your Live. As always, I'm Matt from the Matt Clausen YouTube channel and Stack Your Points, obviously, joined by RJ from 2 Minute Points and Miles.
Yes, you got
Perfect. RJ, how you doing today?
I'm well. I'm not as well as Clinton, though. I am not on the coast of the DR on a boat because he is on a Virgin voyage.
This is awesome. I don't like the rough seas part for Clinton. Hopefully, the seas stay somewhat tame for you.
Hopefully, they're not so bad. But I am glad that he is having hopefully a nice, well earned time.
Yes. We are live as always tonight. They have been very tame up to this point. That's great. Hey, Bill, how's it going? Hope all is well. Oh, the Islanders are depressing.
How bad? Let's take an Islanders break, Matt. How bad is it?
Oh no, it's just 0-0 in the second, where the Islanders have only had 8 shots on net, and it's the back half of a back-to-back, and they beat the Rangers 5-2 last night.
So they're disappointing you in a whole different way tonight.
Yeah. Score some damn goals against the Rangers.
Like
Sweep.
Give me a baseball example of Islanders Rangers. I need context here. While you're thinking, I'm going to throw this up because Clinton, I don't like the sun, but right now it's about -12 out, so I would take the Caribbean.
Yes. It is obnoxiously cold. Stupid cold. So cold, in fact, that I relocated out of my house to a Hilton for the night. So Islanders Rangers.
Yep. Yeah, please.
It is. I can't say it's like Yankees Mets because the Yankees and Mets play in 2 different leagues in baseball. It is.
Somebody said like, Red Sox Yankees. That feels extreme.
It is sort of that level of visceral hatred just because they're typically in the same division, in the same they're in the same division typically. So for the last like 50 years, they have been trading blows back and forth. So
one of our Diamond members, Mitch, just posted this and found online. This was just posted on Doctor of Credit. According to info shared with the Points Guy, American Express will make changes to Centurion Lounge access starting on July 8th of 2026. Have a little bit of breaking news here, Matt.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, no. I thought I saw something to this effect earlier, but yeah.
So guests of card members will need to be traveling on the same flight as the card member. So no just meeting up with all your buddies when you get to the airport while they're taking Spirit and you're on a United flight or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
There will be a new time-based restriction for layovers. You will be able to access the lounge up to 5 hours before your departing flight. Previously, you could access at any time. So no 12-hour layover, go hit up the lounge for 12 hours. You got 5, which is more generous than a lot. Usually it's 3.
Yeah.
So
do you think this is going to do anything for overcrowding?
It might a little bit. It might hit those people that know they have lounge access, so they take the super long layovers because they only travel twice a year, so they want to milk how long they're in the Centurion Lounge. I could see it cutting down on some of those people.
Now, is this just affecting Platinum, or is this affecting?
So it just says Centurion Lounge access rules. So I would assume, however you get into the Centurion Lounge will be affected by this.
Okay. If it's Centurion card holders and the Centurion Lounge, that's...
I can't imagine it wouldn't affect Centurion. Like, I can't see them making a different rule for Platinum and Centurion when it's Like it's fairly permissive. 5 hours is fairly permissive.
Yeah, 5 hours isn't so bad.
It also depends on like they can have the rule for everybody, but like if you flash the black card to get in, it might be selective enforcement if it's 6 hours instead of 5.
And they have their special Centurion access area, depending on the size of the Centurion Lounge and which Centurion Lounge it is. A couple other folks have joined us. Wupani on my side, Tampa Travel, how's it going? Thinking devaluations will dominate the headlines in 2026. I heard Hilton say they're taking a loss and their currency is amongst the most devalued. Yeah, how much of a loss? I don't know how ingenuous they were being, but yeah. James Nguyen joining us. We got the Rewards Master as well. Check out the Rewards Master's channel. Great insights there, especially if you're into international first in business. And we got John's Credit and Travel joining us. Thanks, John. I hope all is well for you in cold Kansas City. So 5 hours isn't that bad.
No, 5 hours isn't bad. I think it's one of those things where like putting a time limit on it is not a bad idea. If it was 2 hours, right? I think that would be a problem. If it was a situation like 3, 4, or 5 hours, I'm okay with. 3 is like, I think Delta, you can go 3 hours before your flight. Now, the fact that it also, looking at it, let me pull this back up. It's saying you be able to access a lounge up to 5 hours before your departing flight. I'm assuming this doesn't mean layovers, right? Like, so if I'm flying from here to LA and I have to do a layover in Detroit and there's 6 hours between the two flights, I'm assuming because I'm on a continuous flight, that doesn't count, right? Yeah. Like I'm assuming it's just not if I go to my, my home airport doesn't have it. If I'm flying out of LaGuardia or whatever, right? Or wherever there's a Centurion. I usually hit Delta, so I don't have the Centurion map quite as filled out in my head. But if I'm going like 6 hours before my flight to the Centurion, they might turn me away. If I'm 6 hours and I'm in the middle of a trip, I think they'd probably be more permissive. That's my guess. I don't know. I don't think we'll know until we get those data points.
Yeah. Speaking of American Express and the Platinum card in particular, it says that most Saks off Fifth Avenue, this is coming from Danny Dugaro, this is just the headline, most Saks off Fifth Avenue locations shutting down, gift cards accepted through February 14th. So not a lot of time to get those gift cards redeemed if you've been stocking up on those to burn your Saks credit.
I mean, this is the downside of gift cards, right? Like if you're the person who is stacking gift cards to stack gift cards to stack gift cards all the time, and then something happens with, like, this is not American Express's fault, right? Like American Express has nothing to do with Saks going out of business. So like, I mean, I hope they put another credit in. I hope they put a slightly more useful credit in, but like it becomes a situation where like if you've stacked gift cards for 2 years and now you have $300, $400, $500 or whatever of gift cards, like like that sucks for you, but eventually if you have gift cards and aren't using them, you're not actually getting any of the value you think you are out of the card for that particular thing.
Yeah, for sure. We'll see what Amex does in terms of replacing this particular credit. It's $100 a year.
Just give me $100 of Dunkin'. I would look. I'm on the East Coast and I am in prime Dunkin' Donuts territory, but I would 100% take the Saks credit being replaced with Dunkin'. I would 100% take that.
I want to see Amex turn left and just go with $100 in Tim Hortons.
I mean, I would also be okay with that. Yeah, like John, like if you're going to do gift cards, you got to do something with them. Just stacking them, you actually haven't gotten any value. So
nope. Not until you buy things. Hey, Arnaud. Originally, the Amex lines were designed for business travelers. It would be nice if the business card holders are given more time, leave Adam and his kids outside where they belong. Well, We'll see.
I mean, like the thing is, I understand that for business travelers. I don't have numbers, right? But colloquial looking at the lounges when I'm in them, and again, these are primarily Delta lounges. They're not Centurion most of the time. It becomes a situation where it's probably 50-50 most of the time I'm in them. Now, again, I'm not in peak travel time when it's like 6 a.m, right? Like usually I'm taking a slightly off. I do a lot of 6 a.m. flights, but I usually don't have a super long layover. When I'm doing that, I'm just puddle jumping down to LaGuardia to get out or going over to Detroit. This is interesting. Like $10 a month in Walmart cash feels bad. I don't like it, but I would absolutely use it every month.
Yeah, curmudgeon extraordinaire says Jersey Mike's credit.
That's that. You know what? Just a sub. That would be funny. Could you imagine? Amex is like, you get a submarine sandwich credit. Here you go, guys.
Yep. What's RJ's wish list for Chase version of the Apple Card? We already know
So-
Matt's version.
Here's a little inside baseball. Matt and I talk a lot, guys. Matt and I talk probably every day. You and I pretty much talk every day, maybe not every weekend day, but usually during the week. At some point, you and I will have a conversation. I have never wanted something I knew I wasn't going to get as much as I wanted the versions of cards you said when you sent me your first draft of the Chase Apple cards. Like, I have never in my life actually looked at the CSR and gone, yeah, that's a card that fits my lifestyle. I would immediately move credit limit to my Freedom Unlimited and have a CSR if they came out with this. Like, my IHG card would lose $5,000 because I moved money or moved limit over to it. It would instantly lose. So I would have 10,000 on the Freedom Unlimited and I would have a CSR because they're not going to give me a sub. So I'm not losing out on anything. But like, I would immediately have a CSR because you talk about somebody who can burn some Apple credits. I burn Apple credits. I already know I'm getting at least new headphones, a new iPad, and probably, I mean, I'm definitely getting the folding phone. So that's 3 things right there. Depending on if they come out with the touchscreen OLED MacBook Pro, might be getting 1 to 2 new computers. So I can burn some Apple credits. So for me personally, like I would instantly get what Matt said. Like I am down for what he said. Also, Bill, thank you so much for the memberships. We do appreciate that. But no, like just take what Matt did and just do that. I would be down. Like, now here's what I think will happen. It will be functionally the same card, just Chase will issue it.
Yeah, the Apple Card, I don't particularly care what they do with the Apple Card, honestly. Like, the only thing I need the Apple Card to do is just keep the 0% APR on Apple products.
I do think they're going to go to different payment dates. I think Chase will probably be like, that's a cute idea. No.
And Chase at least would have the infrastructure to handle it, unlike Goldman Sachs. So that's probably something that got negotiated away. Going back, Kevin Egan asked Amex Black Card, are there any changes? No changes to the Black Card, just there's restrictions coming to Centurion Lounge access. And it sounds like it's regardless of Black Card or Platinum. Folks have to be on the same reservation. Have to be on the same flight, and a restriction for layovers of 5 hours.
Yeah, we there's always something with the podcast, or one of us comes up with an idea and we're like, I need you to tell me if I'm an insane person or not. Because some of the ideas Matt and I have said to each other, we probably could in fact be locked up for.
Yeah.
Or lift their sink. Yeah. No. Duncan, Google One credit. If Amex got a Google One credit, like I would be both annoyed, but I also use Google services because this podcast, like our doc and everything, is on Google services. So It would both be annoying and I would be like, fine, I'll use it. I'm thinking about getting a flip phone. I mean, fair.
Yep.
But no, I like Matt's idea of the cards. I thought were great. So I am down there. Matt, I put it in the new sub in our Discord. Check out stackyourpoints.com to join our Discord. My so excited for built card has shipped. It will apparently be here tomorrow. They're first class mailing it. So it's saying it's going to be here tomorrow. So we'll see. I still have not figured out entirely what I'm going to do with the sub for. I'm going to hit the sub. I am pathologically incapable of not hitting a sub if I have it in front of me. So that's going to happen. Unfortunately, my best friend is turning 40. The cast of Rocky Horror Picture Show came out, the new revival they're doing on Broadway, and I instantly booked our train tickets and our tickets for the show without even like hesitating, because she is not somebody who likes to travel. So the fact that she said yes to going to New York City was I am booking this immediately so you cannot change your mind moment. Unfortunately, I don't have the built card, so I couldn't put that, which would have knocked out a decent chunk of my my sub. But built card is on its way. I am resisting the urge to turn the roughly 62,000 built points I am getting into roughly 20 something thousand Delta miles. I am white knuckling that, Matt. I'm resisting.
Okay. We'll see what ends up happening. I'm sure our little raccoon friend will find a way to transfer those points to like JAL for you.
Well, the funny part is, we talked last week, my parents were going on a cruise. However, due to some family stuff, the cruise is not happening now. They all decided, it was one of those things like a year ago, somebody's like, hey, we should do a family cruise. And everybody did the like put $45 down to like reserve your room thing. And now that it's time to actually pay for it, everybody is like, oh, that's a lot of PTO to take. And we got to fly to England to do it. So like slowly everybody started backing out because they're leaving from London. So everybody is slowly backed out of this cruise because apparently paying for your 3 children to go on a cruise is not cheap. So one of my siblings was just like, you know what? We're good. So I don't have to deal with international flights anymore. I have been relieved from that. So I am happy about that, even though I was kind of looking forward to seeing what I could come up with.
There you go. Fair enough. And like our little raccoon friend, that being your nephew, was it your nephew?
Yes, he's like 9 months old, 10 months old, something like that.
Yeah. Him transferring all of your built points to JAL would be fantastic because you don't have a JAL account.
I don't have a J. So I went in and I put like my United account in. I put my Hilton, IHG. I have it all set up for those. So at least if he were to go in and somehow manage to put in numbers to transfer miles, it's at least going to something that I could do something with. Like I have like 20,000 United miles. Like I could do something with those in theory. Like if I had 80,000 United miles, I'm sure I could be like Lonnie. I have 80,000 United miles. Like what could this be? And he would name 15 things that would be fantastic. But I will probably just do a couple of Hyatt stays. I don't have a problem with Hyatt. I just don't want to invest in their program. Which is fine. So there's that. I am deeply trying to prevent myself from turning it into like 20,000 Delta miles because I shouldn't and I don't need to, but it is the most tempting offer just because I use them.
You would just use it. You would just do that for the lulz.
I would do it for the lulz, but I get the easiest, like, I understand people are like, but the value, and I'm like, but I didn't have to pay any money.
Yeah.
Like I hit the book on miles and nothing comes out of my account, and I don't, like, opportunity cost is not a conversation I'm having right now, but like it's the thing of like not paying money sometimes is the goal of me, of just, I put points in, I pay no money, I happy. Like sometimes it is just that base level. So we'll see. It'll probably just be Hyatt.
Probably.
So we'll see.
Yep. Free tastes better. Yep. And
So,
James Union has 90,000 United miles. Oh, sorry.
Oh no, I was just highlighting the free does taste better.
Yes.
Yeah, 90,000. Here's the thing. I got them because I had some account that I needed to close there, or I wanted to close, and I had to move points before I could. And the only way to use those points, because I don't remember what hotel program it was, but it's like I wasn't going to stay at the hotel program. And it was like, I need these to be in something I could, in theory, take a United flight. If I hit Delta Platinum already for the year and I needed to do a flight and I could do it for free on United, I would do it. You know what I mean? Like, it's not, at that point, I have done the flying equivalent of hitting the goal. Then I would prefer to use Delta, but if I had a free flight on United, it would be fine, right? Where, there's that. Accor also has some good value and some nice properties. So here's the thing, and I've been thinking about this a lot based on some conversations in the Discord. And I think this is where I am different from some people and where some of the friction lays. I am not in this game to save money. Like, my ultimate goal, like, I'm not in it to just blow through money, but my ultimate goal is not to save as much money as possible, right? Like, that's just not what I'm in this for. Mine is to travel in a more comfortable way, have more perks, get more benefits, right? And I think sometimes when I say certain things, that is the tension, right? Because mine is not like, I will pay $150 to have the green, for example, where people are like, but you could do X, Y, and Z, and it would be, and I'm like, yeah. Or I could have the green for $150 and I get this many points and I have this buffer that I want, right? Like, so for me, because I'm not trying to just blow through money, but those perks, that status, being able to do certain things is more important to me than just pure, this is how much I spent, I was able to maximize this much value. So I think that's where some of the tension of some of the things I say. So anyway, that is that. But I've been thinking about it a lot. The question: what can you keep from first and business class flight? Not the over-ear headphones. The in-ear headphones you can keep. You cannot, like Delta, on the Delta One will give you the overhead ones. You do not keep those. You give those back. They also, anything with the airplane plug at the end that is permanently attached, you cannot keep.
Yeah. If they give you an amenity kit, you can keep the amenity kit for sure.
Yep. Amenity kit, anything that is like pajamas, slippers, anything like that, anything that is disposable in that way, you can keep. If they give you 7 things of Biscoff on a Delta flight, you can keep them. Water bottles, anything like that.
Yeah. Yeah. So we are well entrenched in. We can jump into the topic at hand: consumables. Yeah, not disposables. Thanks, Clinton. We can do that. We can also, I'll do a Rove video tomorrow. It's fine. Rove did stuff today.
Right. The in-ear ones are because of hygiene. Like you really can't clear in-ear headphones. So I am a big fan of the Relay FM network. Relay loves more than a draft. There is not a single thing that network of podcasts about technology love more than a draft. And I have a co-host on the lives that is enough of a nerd that will humor me in things like drafts. So we have come up with a draft that we're going to keep. We're going to do the draft now. And on the very last live of 2026, whenever we do that, we will revisit this and score it and see who ended up with the most correct or the least wrong, depending on how this goes, in the draft. So, Matt, would you like to introduce sort of the basic flow of said draft?
Absolutely. So we are doing the major credit card companies as well as Bilt. So we'll have rounds for American Express, Bilt, Chase, Capital One, Citi, U.S. Bank, Wells, and we have 3 open slots. So we have 2 rounds for each. We'll go through each. We will present. And do we want to do it snake or do we want to do it
so
1-on-1?
We put Bilt in instead of Bank of America before anybody asked because we talk much more about Bilt than we do Bank of America. So I thought that was easier. We have already picked our draft picks. So unless Matt or I has a last minute, like, oh my God, I have to pick this. Like we already have set our picks. I think we can just go down by the company and then do the 3 opens. I don't think we have to because we've already agreed, right? By virtue of us both looking at this, we have agreed that each other's picks are agreeable. So I think we can do our picks, talk about them, and go from there. And if you guys want to put what your picks are, and in a year, come back and listen to us and see if you were right or not, please feel free to, because this will be recorded. So we will have the proofs. Absolutely. Also, Memphis Mike, the Shake Shack burgers are actually really good. You know what? We will decide at some point because we have the entire year. So if one of these things happens in the last one of Matt's picks, we literally have to wait until the last podcast to know if it's true or not. Actually, a couple of his and a couple of mine, right? So I think as we get closer, if it's a blowout, will probably be nicer than if it's neck and neck. I think we'll probably, Matt will have to go a week without making raccoon hands or something.
How dare you?
I know.
Also, hello, Sneaky Monkey Baby, my favorite Mountain Dew reference in the internet. All right. So do you want to start with your Amex pick?
I will. My Amex pick is American Express releases a new, meaning not currently listed on their website, card by the end of 2026. So there will be something that is not currently on their website that you can apply for in 2026.
So if the everyday comes back, this would count. That would count.
It is not currently listed on their website. So again, I watch a lot of Relay FM. So I did my picks with that frame of reference in mind of not necessarily nitpicking, but making sure I am going for the point while also making it clear what I'm saying. But yes, so not currently listed on the website, card by the end of 2026. So if they bring back the everyday, if they do what was the 1.5%, the cash magnet that was it was boring but fine, right? It's something that is not on the website. So if they do another Delta card, if they put something between the platinum and the black, whatever, it's not on the website, right? If they do another business card, I did not specify personal or business. So if they did a business card, it would also count. If they did, an apricot to go with the plum.
So you're You're being both Marco and Syracuse on this one. That's
I'm being more like probably Mike would be my better pick from like Connected.
Oh, yeah, Hurley.
Yes, I'm trying to be specific about what I'm saying while also leaving myself enough wiggle room because American Express could 100% just bring back the everyday card and pretend that it has been there the entire time.
They absolutely could, and that's exactly what they would do. All right, so you're going with Amex releases a new card, not currently listed on the website by the end of 2026.
I am.
All right. I am going to go with, for my Amex pick, there's going to be, well, we assume that there's going to be an Amex Green refresh, right? I think that's a pretty safe assumption at this point. What my pick supposes is that we do get that Amex Green refresh, but the Amex Green welcome offer will double at least.
So right now it's 40,000. So you're going to say when the refresh happens, it's going to 80?
It's going to 80, and 80 will be the new floor for it going forward. And it'll get that up to an up to escalator at some point.
That's interesting because the floor on the gold is 60 and the floor on the platinum is 100.
Yeah, those are not going to be the numbers by the end of the year, I'm sure.
So you think it's going to be what, 80, 100, 120 is the new floors?
80, 100, 125. But yeah.
Interesting. I don't dislike it. I'm 80 on the sub for the refresh I could get behind. The new floor is the part that makes me go, oh, you think Amex is gonna really push it.
Because because they have that up to escalator now.
Right.
So it'll be 80 floor for the green up to 100. You'll have that, 100 floor for the gold up to 125. You'll have that 125 floor for the platinum up to 175.
Okay. Interesting.
On the personal side.
I don't hate it. I don't hate it. All right, Matt. I'll let you go first for Bill. I think we're in the same wavelength. I am just not as confident as you of when that wavelength is going to happen.
Sure. So my Bilt prediction for 2026 is Bilt Cash gets discontinued in Q4.
So if this happens anytime before Q4, you do not get the point.
Yeah.
Okay. Why Q4?
I think they're going to. There's just going to be an untenable. They're going to catch on way too late. Q2 is going to go insane with the earning capabilities, and they think they've figured out manufactured spenders. They have not figured out manufactured spenders, and I think that they're going to find out just how big manufactured spenders are going to punish them. And so by the end, it'll just be no. Again, I like the cards. I like the concept of the cards. I don't like the way they communicated the launch of their cards. But I think that they're going to end up having to discontinue a Bilt Cash just because there's just going to be an explosion of it by Q4.
I don't actually think this is true, Kirby. I think they get enough shut down where I don't know if I would say they always win.
Yeah.
So mine is there will be at least one semi-major to major change to Bilt's program. I was thinking basically Bilt Cash gets nerfed or modified, or you only need to make enough to pay your 3% fee and then it doesn't matter. So yeah, I am in the same wavelength. I'm not sure how they're going to fix it. So I didn't want to specifically call out Bilt Cash.
Oh, that's fair.
But I think you and I would be able to agree, like semi-major to major, like it's got to be it can't just be like you get 3% on Bilt Cash now. Like it's got to be a fairly big one.
And given how permissive you're being with that, I am going to also assume potential losses of transfer partners or potential additions of transfer partners would also get you the point.
Yeah, so like if they lose like Starbucks, I don't think that is a huge deal. If they lose Hyatt, I think that is a big deal. I don't. So here's the thing, like some of the like Wells Fargo is a normal bank, right? Like for all the pot shots people take, like they're mostly a normal bank. Cardless will shut you down because you looked at them wrong. Like cardless is way more restrictive. Like take Built out of it for a second. Cardless is way more restrictive. Like I have a feeling that a lot of the things like Rakuten, I think is going to be a thing, but I think a lot of like eBays and stuff like that, regardless of if they're saying they're in now, I think there's going to be a lot of issues.
Cardless is a company that also could just decide tomorrow, we don't want to.
Yeah.
We're going to make a sandwich. We're going to just print sandwiches. That they could wake up tomorrow and just go, oh, credit cards are dumb. How about we just make a new coin?
So I think the system is going to show how true the limited amount is. I think they're going to have to tweak that. I have a feeling that there's going to be more gaps, I think, than they're realizing. Like there always is, right? When you build a new system like this, there's always going to be gaps. So we'll see. I mean, if they start limiting it to you can't use it in the portal, I think that's also a major change. Yeah. My dude, if you don't like it, then you don't have to watch us. And I say this sincerely. Like if you're not having a good time, just don't watch us. Go outside, enjoy the beautiful air. It's okay.
No, the air's too cold.
Grant you. It's, the anger warms them. They need the cool. All right, Matt. I'm going to take Chase first. I think both of ours are gimmes.
Sure.
I did the CSP will be refreshed to include at least one multiplier change. So Amex didn't change any multipliers on a lot of their refreshes. Their multipliers pretty much stay the same, but they refresh credits, they refresh annual fee, they refresh all of that, right? I think Chase is going to have to change the multipliers on the CSP, especially with what they've done on the CSR. So I'm going to say when they refresh the CSP, and I think it's this year, right? Because if they don't refresh it this year, I don't get the point. I think it's going to have a multiplier change.
Yeah. No, it is such a gimme to do regular grocery. It is such a gimme to do 3x travel. It is such a gimme to do whatever. Like there's room to add a new multiplier for sure.
I do. The 2x travel is kind of cute at this point. I almost want them to keep it. I mean, I don't, but it is kind of cute.
Nah. I have a feeling it's going to 3, but yeah.
I think it's going to go to 3, but it's like when a card gives anything 2x, it's like, oh, you tried, or 1.5. Like if it's not 1.5 everything, right? It's like, oh, you tried, you tried. Have I been shut down by Cardless or Synchrony? No, because the Built card is the first of either issuer I have had.
Yeah. I don't trust Cardless at this point. Watching them shut down the NBA cards, the EPL cards, the Simon Mall card, they could just decide that they're going to get into shorting stocks and shut everything else down.
I mean,
they're in travel now. It's cool.
The thing with Cardless is they are they're more restrictive than a normal bank. Like smaller things can be more restrictive, and they are just more restrictive. Like that is who they are. Mine is going to be here tomorrow. I don't think it's going to be Target.
No, Sapphire Preferred's definitely not getting Target.
See, if cardless does it kills cards for low usage, that would be so
funny.
I mean, didn't they already announce that? Isn't that a thing?
They have, and it makes me sad. That would hurt, but certainly possible Sleepy Rod. One that had been open since 1979. Jeez.
I didn't realize Synchrony was that old.
Before
I really do wonder if like people get the built card and don't really like spend it for the sub and then stop using it altogether, if cardless is going to just shut it. Again, it's gonna some of it's gonna depend on the partnership. Like Verizon wants you to keep using their card. All right, Matt, your Chase prediction.
I'm just going with a gimme here. There'll be continual improvements to Sapphire, and by that I mean both Sapphire Preferred and Sapphire Reserve. So they're going to refresh the Sapphire Preferred card, hopefully in a better manner than they did the Sapphire Reserve. But more improvements to the Sapphire Reserve. I think we're going to see new benefits added to the cards throughout the year. We've already had that 250 hotel credit for this year in the travel portal with like Omni and IHG and all of those. I think that's going to get extended for 2027. I think we could see a new status added to the card for sure. And the Sapphire Preferred, we'll see what happens, but they'll make improvements to Sapphire. And then higher end co-brands, I think we're going to see potentially a World of Hyatt premium card and an IHG premium card.
So are you saying both of these things have to happen for you to get the point? Or are you like doing an either or thing here, Matt?
I'll let you be the judge on that one.
I'll know it when I see it, I think. Yeah. He's a YouTuber. I have never watched one of his videos, and nor do I have a desire to.
Yeah, he's the sit in a house for 300 days and I'll give you $1 million person.
I mean, I could 100% sit in a house for 30 days for $1 million.
300 days.
I could also sit in a house for 300 days, Matt.
Oh no, but he'll he's problematic.
Yeah, that much I know. All right, Matt, your Capital One pick, because I know how much you love Capital One.
Yeah, so for this one, I'm going with the much rumored Saver X will launch in Q3. So if it comes out in Q2, nope. If it comes out in Q4, nope. I'm going to say Q3. So this is summertime. This is July, August, September. Mm-hmm. Sometime in that frame. What it looks like, I don't know, but I think they're going to launch whatever this new higher end Saver card that's going to be exactly like the Saver card, and they're just going to put a stupid annual fee on it, and you're going to question your sanity.
So if they name it Saver something else because you put X in quotes, I will give you the point. I am telling you now, if it is Saver Advanced, if it's Saver Plus, if it's Saver Blue Business Plus, I will give you the point on this because I am that nice.
Yep. Yeah, Saver X, I think, just because it would align with Venture X.
Yeah.
It makes the most sense.
I think that's what everybody assumes it's going to be called, but that becomes one of those things where it's like Capital One just calls it Venture Plus or Saver Plus to differentiate, and we're all like, why? So yeah, no, I'll give it to you. Mine is a negative, which is always fun. There will not be a Capital One card on the Discover Network by the end of the year. So Saver, Venture, Quicksilver, Platinum. I do not mean their co-brands. So I don't care about the Bass Pro Shop or whatever it is, the BJ's card. It would be really funny. Well, no, BJ's does take it's Costco that doesn't. Um, but their proprietary cards, for lack of a better word, will not be on the Discover network by the end of the year.
Yeah, I can definitely see this being the case. Just because they're not ready to make that transfer yet. Like they have to keep building out that network. The debit cards are one thing. I think the credit cards are a bigger commitment. Just a couple comments real quick. Any changes to the Freedom Unlimited? Really, at this point, all I want from the Freedom Unlimited and the Freedom Flex is just figure out your 3% categories, 3x categories. Like you've got 2 cards, you've got 3x drugstores, 3x dining, 3x grocery, 3x gas. Like 2 cards, 4 categories, figure it out.
SaverX would take a hammer. I mean,
potentially the only problem I see there is that Capital One can't negotiate transfer rates out of a wet paper bag.
Yeah, it depends on what you're doing with it, right? Like it depends on if they put like grocery on there, right? Like again, I know what they have, but they could make you get both cards, right? Like we don't know. They did just buy Brex.
Not this year, but soon. Probably 27. Do you think they make the Venture X the mid card and introduce a premium one above that? Not before they build out the Discover network.
Yeah,
like
I think
that's got to start printing money for them.
I'm not saying, when I say a negative, I mean there is the word not in there, not negative as in bad.
Yep.
So that's more what I meant. I don't think they're ever going to let a card that's not Venture or Venture X let you into a lounge.
Yep. And yes, I agree that the Sapphire Reserve should at least be 4X on restaurants. I don't know that we're going to see that anytime soon.
No. My city prediction, and this is unfortunately something I am going to live through. So, I mean, a lot of people would. Like, you don't have to be fit to get 4X food. So my city one, and I have the card, so I'm going to be able to speak to this pretty firmly. The AA card move will not go over smoothly for city. I think there's going to be hiccups. I'm not saying it's city's fault, but I'm saying it will not be a smooth move.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I think that's a know it when you see it. Like if we have to talk about it on the podcast as like what is going on, like we'll know it, right? We'll talk about it here. We'll talk about it on the pod. So I think we can agree to sort of figure that one out as we go. But I think it's going to be an interesting move, and it's not going to be smooth.
No, that's completely fair. My city prediction, I'm going with silent. They're not going to do anything major this year. Like, yes, they will move the cards over from Barclays. Whether or not that's a smooth ride is inconsequential to me. I just don't think you're going to see any new products. I don't think you're going to see any new transfer partners. I don't think you're going to see any new changes to any of their cards. I think they're just going to be quiet, bask in the glory that is their American Airlines partnership, and pray and like bribe Robert Ism not to devalue American Airlines miles.
That is annoying. Like, I unfortunately hold one of those cards, and I would like to know when I have to deal with all of this.
Yep. Nope, that's fair. Strata Premier nerf to make people want the City Strata Elite. They're going to, I would imagine that they're going to move over the Prestige folks first. But that could work. That's definitely a prediction for sure. Which brings us over to US Bank.
Yes, it does.
All right. My US Bank prediction for 2026 is by the end of Q2, so by the end of June, US Bank will officially announce that they have abandoned the idea of transfer partners.
So I think they're going to abandon transfer partners. I don't think they're going to announce it. I think it's just not going to happen.
Yep. That's fair.
I think I don't think they're going to announce anything. I think it's just going to be, oh, hey, Apple, did you ever release that charger you were talking about like 2 years ago? Oh no, you didn't? Oh, huh. Weird. Like, I think it's gonna be one of those moments.
Yeah, they like put out a quiet press release like at one point, but yeah.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be that. Mine is the Smartly program gets another change by the end of the year. So something on Smartly is going to change. Also, StreamYard is doing that fun thing where I can see the comments over here. They're not over here, so I can't put them up. Keith, you think that US Bank's going to get acquired? That would be hilarious. I don't know who could buy them without setting off what should be antitrust. But if Wells bought US Bank, that would be hysterical.
Oof. There they go.
Now they show up.
Yep. Do I think that the custom cash will get rebranded or nerfed? Nerfed, no. Rebranded, potentially, but like there's only so many strata names that you can come up with. Yep.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything about it. I keep going into that account every once in a while. One, to make sure people aren't using it, because you never know when you're going to get hacked. And two, just to see. Yeah, it would be funny if Wells bought US Bank though, Matt. Like that would be a flex. Like buy US Bank, and now it's the Wells Fargo Center that the Vikings play at.
They're both theoretically headquartered in Minnesota.
What is Wells Fargo has a stadium? I know this. Who plays at it?
Wells Fargo Center is the Philadelphia Flyers and the 76ers.
So, they have hockey and basketball. They could add football, and then they would just need baseball. They'd be all set. They'd have the major four.
Oh, they'd rename Target Field, don't you know? All right. So that's US Bank. Who cares? It's just a shell of itself.
Yeah. I'm excited for my pick on this one, and I'm actually surprised we didn't have the same pick on this. The only reason I picked what I did for Wells Fargo is because you didn't pick it.
Sure.
Wells Fargo releases Autograph Beyond. Or whatever they call it, right? We all think it's going to be Autograph Beyond, but they released their big card.
I believed. I don't have that belief right now, which is fair, which annoys me. But we know that they're coming out with 2 new cards on the 6th, and neither of them is the big heavy hitter. So we'll have to see what happens.
I think you get those cards out of the way.
Yeah. Wilson just joined. Have they mentioned the new premium Hyatt card? I said that the Hyatt card, a higher end co-brands, will be launching for Chase. I don't know what the card's going to look like. There's so many different ways I could design that card. Wu Panny asks, will they add new transfer partners?
Well, guess you what? Somebody's got a prediction about that.
My prediction for Wells Fargo is that they add at least 5 new transfer partners, more alliance partners, and a pair of hotels. I think you're going to see a new One World partner, a new Star Alliance partner, a new Sky Team partner. That would give them 3 Sky Team partners. So maybe not on that one. But I think you're going to see new Alliance partners, definitely in One World and Sky Team. And we're going to see at least 2 hotel chains added.
When are they getting Hyatt and United?
When they buy Built.
I mean, that would be interesting. I have somebody not buying somebody, but it's not Built.
Yeah.
All right. Now we're to our open categories, which means this can be anything. We got wild and wacky. Matt, you did a video on Chase and Apple. Do you want to go with your first open category card or your first open category answer?
Absolutely. I recorded a video last night in the overnight, just kind of doing a Chase and Apple wish list where they expand significant credits to the Ads Korean Air as a unique transfer partner. That would be the new SkyTeam partners. Which hotel partners would Wells Fargo add? I wouldn't be aiming high. I would love to just see them grab I Prefer, and you'll probably see something like on the discount end of things like Wyndham or
Best Western.
Wyndham, Best Western. Best Western's not that bad when you get to the World hotels, but you got to go through a lot of rough stuff before you get to the World hotels.
The motels, please have them add the Motel 6.
They're still going to pay Tom Bodette. I don't know that they're going to. They don't even have a transfer partner. They don't even have a transfer program. I don't think they're going to start one for Wells Fargo.
All right, back to your open category, please, Matt.
Yeah, Chase and Apple. I think my wish list was a whole bunch of credits to the Sapphire Reserve, to the Sapphire Preferred, to the Inks, to the Sapphire Reserve for Business. I'm looking at things like Apple just launched Creator Studio. I think Creator Studio as a credit on the Sapphire Reserve and Sapphire Reserve for Business makes a ton of sense. $129 a year credit. You get iWork, Freeform, Pixelmator Pro, Motion, Logic, and Final Cut Pro all in the same package. That's huge value add. That's $129 a year credit right there. I think you add the Apple One Premiere, 2 gigabytes of iCloud Plus. You get news, fitness, all of the things, and a $300 Ultimate Rewards Apple Store credit, because you get to, like, Chase sells their own Apple equipment, like $300 in there to play with. I think that would go a long way to kind of fixing some folks' consternation with the Sapphire Reserve. With Sapphire Reserve launch, Sapphire Reserve for Business would get a $600 hardware credit, because $600 for professional hardware from Apple is nothing, right? I want to see them also expand to the co-brands. I want to see them expand to, like, put the Apple TV and Apple Music stuff on the Freedoms, just as a gimme. You get one or the other. You don't get both. So I think there's going to be a lot of Chase and Apple integration through the year. Capital One buying built in 2027 would be hilarious. If they could get Alaska as a transfer partner, they'd get so much more people after their cards. They'd also be able to compete against Citi, Chase, and Amex. No, Kevin, that's, like, if they get into transfer partners and they get Alaska as a transfer partner, since they are issuing the Atmos card, that makes a ton of sense. I just don't know how much of an appetite Bank of America has to get into transfer partners.
I don't think they care. Like, here's the thing. I think they're happy being in their own sandbox, because they're not really competing against the others in the same way.
Yeah, everyone's playing chess. Well, everybody's playing checkers and they're playing chess.
Like, technically, Chase isn't adding Apple. They're just issuing the Apple card.
Yeah, exactly.
Matt just really wants things.
I do want things.
And I approve of that. So mine is related to something I said earlier. I think the Discover It is going to move fully to Capital One. I think it's going to be on the Capital One site. That's sort of what I mean. Like, it will be on the Capital One site. Might be the Capital One It. I think we're going to see the Discover It card move, because that's the one people actually think of. Yeah,
that's the one they want. Wupani, just real quick, do you think someone will add Microsoft or Samsung similar to Chase adding Apple? So Samsung is supposedly in talks with Synchrony to launch their own credit card. Don't know if you're going to see them pair up with a bank for, like, credits or anything like that. Microsoft would make a lot of sense for somebody. I think Microsoft would probably align themselves more with Bank of America or something for lifestyle credits, but it wouldn't be the worst idea.
Even like
to jump in there.
Amex.
Or Amex
would,
on the business side.
they're a business platinum with a Samsung or Microsoft credit would, because the Dell credit is getting along in the tooth. So
Oh yeah, a Microsoft Exchange Server credit or like Microsoft 365 credit on the Amex Platinum Business Platinum. Yeah, that would make a ton of sense.
So my next one, and Matt chuckled when I put this in the doc. No credit card company is going to buy Rove in 2026. Rove will be its own company, free from credit card overlords by the end of 2026.
No, they still are as is, but yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They're still free. Like they will continue to be free of credit card overlords. Now they might be bought on January 1st, 27. I don't know, but 2026 they are free.
That's fair. Standard Rove disclosure. I moderate a Facebook group for Rove. They compensate me with miles every month. So yeah.
You actually get 7 of them. They put them in a little package with gluten-free brownies, and they deliver the 7 miles to Matt.
Okay, I got to tell you, I've gotten 10% friend referrals of 1 mile before.
That's kind of amazing.
It's really hurtful.
Kind of amazing. I'm not gonna lie.
Just like, why did you bother? No, I appreciate everyone who uses my links for Rove, but yeah, I can definitely see that. I think you'll get the point there for sure. My next open slot, this is very unique. This is very niche, but I came across something on a Loyalty Lobby at like 4:30 in the morning this morning. American Express in Finland has announced that they're going to be changing the earning structure on the Platinum card in Finland, and this is 65 euros a month to maintain the Platinum card in Finland. So about 780 euro, which is about $950 here. The card is going to 2 membership reward points per euro spent, and you'll get 4 points per euro on select travel partners. And it's a lengthy list of partners, like SAS was definitely one of them. I don't have the full list, but check out the Loyalty Lobby article regarding the Finnish Platinum card. I think they're going to bring that structure to the United States on some card, maybe the unreleased card that RJ mentioned earlier, but I do think that they're going to bring like a 2 and 4x sort of structure to the US.
Give it to me on the Platinum tomorrow. I would be insufferable on the podcast if they did that. I would be able to get rid of my Blue Business Plus and open up another slot. But yeah, no, I'm down. This might be my favorite of your picks. It would be nice if it worked. I don't know how they're going to do it, but potentially.
Yep.
Yeah, again, but they would have to get into a completely different game. There's a difference between they want more signups and they want to get into transfer partners.
Yep.
They are different.
Yeah. When you buy Apple products, you get Chase UR points. If you're buying with the Sapphire Reserve for Business, those would all be UR. If you're buying with the Apple card, you'll get stuff to stash away in your HISA.
As of right now, we don't know if they're going to have the HISA.
They did indicate that there was going to be some sort of choice with it. Like you can keep the one with Goldman, or Chase is setting one up.
Chase, if the only way you can get a Chase high yield savings account is to get the Apple card, that would be hilarious. I think it's funny, but you have to keep the card to keep it. All right, Matt, what is your final prediction?
My final prediction for 2026, Capital One will discontinue the Discover Chrome and the Discover Miles card by the end of the year.
Wait, Discover has more than the Discover It?
Yes.
Really?
So
Does
they've already
Discover
announced,
know
that? That's why they're going to get rid of them. So the Discover Chrome is just a 1 to 2% cashback card. I think it's like 2x on 2% on, I want to say gas, maybe. I don't remember. The Discover Miles card is 1 and 2x. It's got the usual cashback match at the end of the year, but Capital One, as part of the Discover purchase, they're going through and like taking out redundancies and stuff like that. I'm sure by the end of the year, part of that is going to be getting rid of the Discover Chrome and Miles cards. They've already gotten rid of the business cards, and they've stated that those are going to get converted to Spark Plus cards or Spark Miles cards.
Oh boy, you get a Spark card. Yay.
Yep.
Yeah, no, it'll be interesting. Chase is interesting with the banking stuff. This is why I don't have my primary bank account with my primary card issuer anymore. It makes me nervous. I mean, you put this like October, you announced this, like that would get you some swipes for Christmas.
Mm-hmm. I think it would help them if they did it earlier, but
I mean, it would get people to buy as Apple, or September, do it at the September event. So this is not part of either prediction. I'll do my last prediction in a moment. When the Apple Card changes, is it going to happen at an Apple event, or is it going to happen at a Chase event or Chase press release?
WWDC or the next iPhone event.
That's why I think, because it's an Apple card. Like Apple is the point. It isn't. Chase is not the point of this card.
No, they will bring Sam Palmer on stage, or whoever is going to be the product lead if Sam Palmer still has a job. Still disappointed with his job performance. They will bring the GM of Chase credit cards onto the stage, or they'll bring Jamie Dimon up on stage.
See, I think they're gonna I think they'll bring Jamie Dimon, because if you're Jamie Dimon, you want to be standing next to Tim Cook at what could be his last September event.
Potentially his last one. I don't know.
I think he's gonna retire at the end of the year.
Is Turnus ready?
I think so. I think, well, they've just put him in charge of more stuff, software stuff. So I think they're gearing him up. But all right, Matt, are you ready for my final prediction? The one that kind of makes me sad.
Let's hear it.
There will not be a refresh of the American Express business green card, because American Express has forgotten it exists.
They're more likely to discontinue it at this point.
No, I don't think they'll discontinue it, because people are paying $95 to hold that card. That's just free money. You're making a face.
Amazon shutting down their Amazon Fresh and Amazon Go stores.
Really?
Apparently.
Huh.
The Miles or Chrome card, if anything, they'll just convert it to the Quicksilver.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, no, I think we have good lists. I'm interested to see how right we are at the end of the year.
Does that to fire people? Yeah. Does anyone have a inkling on who will end up with more points by the end of the year?
I think we're fairly close. I also think we both. So I pitched this idea like a day and a half ago. I think if we do it next year, we'll be able to have a little bit more prep, which is good. But I like our predictions. I think our predictions are fun. Yeah, I'm interested to see. I mean, the Apple and Chase partnership, we don't know when it's going to happen, right? Like, it could not happen until 2027.
This is true.
So I think that'll be very, very interesting. But yeah, no, I am a fan of the idea that Apple and Chase will do something more. Like, I like the Apple Card. I have it. I use it for my Apple purchases. It's going to get such a workout this year. So I'm interested to see how this year goes, because this year is a big year for Apple. They're going to release the folding phone as far as we know. They've got potentially a touchscreen Mac. There's a lot going on for them. So this is a big year.
Yep, they've already launched AirTags 2, so we'll see what happens next. Which bank do you predict will shine this year? I think 2025 went to Citi personally. 2025 did go to Citi, annoyingly. Shine. So that's going to be fairly subjective, right? So if Chase launches new high-end IHG and Hyatt cards and makes significant improvements to the Sapphire program, does that give them the shine? If Wells if Wells basically doubles their partners overnight or by the end of the year, does that make them the big shining star? Is it a unique transfer partner? It's sort of suggestive.
I think this is a know it when you see it. Like, I think I would agree that Citi won 25 because they did the thing everybody wanted them to do, right?
Yes.
Like, all they had to do was the thing everybody wanted.
Yes.
Like, sometimes that is the right move. Just do the thing that people have been asking you for 20 years. So I think if Wells comes out with 3 transfer partners that people really, really like maybe more total, but 3 that people are just very happy with in the beyond, and don't screw anything else up, they could win, right? Or Chase knocks it out of the park with the CSP and brings the Apple Card in and puts some Apple credits on things and it goes really well, right? Like, it's a interesting year. I think also with the way the economy is and risk averse issuers, we might see a year that's more tweaks and slow modifications than people taking big swings or companies taking big swings.
Yeah. You can definitely see Chase, like, even if Chase just tinkers around with the credits on the Sapphire Reserve and it's just Apple credits on them, that's more just credit. That's more just being credit averse, and like not averse, but like if they're just going to tighten down on and add some credits there instead of like taking a big swing with the Sapphire Preferred or launching a Sapphire card in between the Reserve and the Preferred. Like, you could see if the economy improves, they could add that card into that slot, into that hole.
I still think updating the Preferred to the middle card and having a Sapphire makes the most sense, because Preferred something else Reserve versus Sapphire Preferred Reserve makes more logical sense, but it's Chase.
Preferred Select Reserve.
Yeah, they have a card called Sapphire. Just use it. Keith, if you pay for the flight, I think Matt and I might agree for this, but we are not buying a flight ourselves on either of these airlines.
Well, I'm not buying Spirit on basic economy. I'll sit in the big seat up front for sure.
I will not. I don't actually know. Hold on. Give me a second. I got to check something.
Frontier flies out of your airport. Spirit does not.
The fact that you know that and I don't, because I only pay attention to 1.5 airlines that fly out of my airport, is incredible. I'm interested to see what kind of year it is, because I don't think we can tell from January what kind of year this is going to be. I really think the big years or the big months are like March to October. I think that's really when we're going to see 90% of our predictions either come true or not.
Yeah. Or right after tax time.
Yeah. Tax time is interesting. Like, I just did my taxes. I got money back on one side, I owe money on the other, and I ended up with $21. Yay.
I'm gonna have to declare all my stock sales last year, and it's going to just. I'm gonna owe more money than I want to owe.
Yeah. Taxes are fun.
Oh, somebody got a proof of the build card that was initially denied. Cool.
I have to figure out what I'm gonna like. I will find value from it, if only because I must. And Keith said he would pay for basic economy, but we have to pay for our bags.
That's fine.
All right, Keith, we will take you up on this. We will do it. Well, now, so here's the thing. If you and I disagree over if a point should be awarded, are Lonnie and Craig our tiebreakers?
They're gonna have to watch this live, but sure, why not?
I mean, we have the spreadsheet, so we can be like that. It'll be the segment on the pod of like Matt and RJ disagree on this point. Who wins? I am never going to be the person that's ever going to be comfortable owing taxes and using it for a sub. That makes every part of my body hurt. If you want to do it, go for it, but it makes every ounce of my body hurt. Matt, did we lose you?
No, I'm here.
Okay. I'm making sure because you were very still for a moment.
Oh no, I filled with rage about something.
Oh, okay. But yeah, no, I have a feeling tax time will be interesting.
Yeah. Typically new cards or like all-time high welcome offers are after taxes are paid, just so that like you don't game the system with your tax payment. But folks will grab a business card or something like that. And yes, I'm hot. Lonnie will end up with more points for sure.
Lonnie doesn't have any points. Lonnie didn't do this.
Yeah. I got too specific, not playing the game strategically enough. Well, it's fine.
And I promise, guys, we're not showing your things. They're just not all showing up for me to click on. And I can't see Matt's. But yeah. No, this was fun. I think I'm looking forward to scoring it at the end of the year. And apparently one of us being on basic economy. Now, Keith, your pay for basic economy, can we upgrade ourselves? Like if we pay to do the upgrading. Nice.
Better returned. All right.
Oh, Akron. But yeah, no, I moved too many things this year. Like I went to SoFi for a while and that was a mistake because they changed everything. So I'm back with Fidelity. So hopefully next year will just be less forms. I am down for less forms.
Yeah, I've got to do got to declare all my tax sale, all my stock sales. I don't want to declare the interest gained from Telus because it was like less than $200.
Yeah. I am not a tax professional, so I'm not going to tell you. I didn't shill nor not shill for nothing, double. There was neither.
Tell you what, I don't shill for Built, but I'll shill for other companies. No upgrades, okay, no fun of that. Maybe I'll get Josh a seat in the middle on the plane to make sure you don't upgrade.
You did not say I had to sit in the middle. Did not say middle seat. You just said basic economy. No, I'm interested to see. I'm gonna use I think I'm gonna use some of my built cash for the points boost, so it's 3x. I think that is the play I am going to make. Because I get, I think, 300 off of it or something like that. 200, 300, something like that. And then go from there. So I'm Matt.
Looks like Jerome Powell's getting replaced tomorrow morning. Hooray.
Oh, that's fun.
Well, Bitcoin and gold are dropping. That's fine. Whatever. Yeah, that's fun. Anyway, and then some questions about taxes. Do you mean to pay 1.8 on a 2% card and still net the 0.2? Oh, well, folks will do welcome offers. So you get like an Amex Business Platinum. You pay your taxes with that, and you get like the 20% return. Also, idea, keep your predictions on your live streams monthly so you can take side bets. So we can take side bets, maybe.
We'll see. Can all of the SYP hosts get a card they don't want and have to make the most of it? Lonnie would never. Lonnie would look at you and just tilt it. Like, no. He would no.
Craig might if it has a high enough grocery multiplier.
Yeah, Craig, I could see Craig being down for it.
And Tariq is more of a raccoon than I am in terms of chaos.
Though I have found the more Tariq person. Tariq and I have been talking about his coworker, who his wife really likes Expedia, and he's trying to help. I've been second party to this. It is quite an experience.
Nothing wrong with Expedia until they decide to go down the one key card lane.
It's actually, I recommended that because of reasons, but it's a lot.
Strange trip it's been.
Yeah. Kirby, I liked SoFi. I don't like the changes they're making, so I just ran back into the embrace of Fidelity. I am waiting for my IRA to move back over. That's not happening until the end of February. They gave me a tentative date of February 23rd. Why? I have no idea. So I'm waiting. The money is just sitting there waiting. I have rewards cash from my Apple Card in that HISA. Yeah, like I used to do that. When I use the Apple Card as my primary, that's what I would do. It's interesting. But yeah. Anything else, Matt? There's not been a whole lot of credit card news or information. This is sort of the dead time. Outside of the built stuff, everybody else has been pretty quiet.
No, Rove has a new promotion out. A bunch of like 44 stores got higher multipliers through their shopping portal. You got to go through the website. They've added a miles booster to hotel purchases, and they have a tracker now for your shopping.
Matt, are you in HDR? Did you get a camera upgrade?
No, I'm still on the Logitech Brio.
I wanted that camera to work so bad, and because I have a hub, it just decides not to. So my phone is the best camera I could buy, so it works.
Yeah, I don't know why it's so much crisper today than usual. Like, I'm not in my usual place, so like when I'm at home, it's further away and up. So today it's more.
Maybe you need to change where the camera lives at home.
Maybe, but that would require having the MacBook open at the same time. We'll see.
Maybe it's the lack of onesie. The power of that onesie. I need thoughts from the chat. Should there be a Matt Kuhn t-shirt. When we do merch, should there be Matt as a raccoon on a t-shirt? This is something like Travel Agent of Chaos. Because I kind of want to make one specifically so I can buy it. But if I am the only person interested in this, Matt, the people have spoken.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, if y'all will pay for it, that's cool.
I am still working on getting the store up. I think I have potentially found a partner for us to do. We're not doing Pope Matt.
Nope.
But it's not for you, bro might happen. There's definitely going to be a Travel Day is Sacred shirt of some variety. I have a couple of designs for that.
Yep.
We're not doing Pope Matt.
That's on you.
I love Pope Matt. I would do Matt as the. You actually would probably do Greek Orthodox better.
Probably.
The patriarch of something. You've got that vibe. All of the Greek. You actually look quite a lot like most of the Greek men I know.
So long as I get to handle the Holy Hand Grenade of Antioch.
Yes. But yeah, we will do merch. There will be some good stuff. I just want one of a cartoon version of Craig just in a grocery store, just because.
Oh, Velvet Matte with the pipe would also be solid. There you go.
That is a good one. That's actually, I still have that. I am looking for, so I just bought a new jacket to be my travel jacket. And I also bought a pair of Adidas to be my travel shoes, which I'm excited. See, the thing about using content of other people is we would have to give those people a cut, which makes things complicated for a variety of reasons. If it's going to the host of the show, it is easier to handle the bookkeeping.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But yeah, the Velvet Matte smoking a pipe in first class may happen. The Maccoon is probably my favorite just because of how well it came out. But there'll be some options. I'm hoping by the end of February we have the store live. That is my goal. I'm actually going to New Hampshire this weekend, so maybe while I am there, I can start working on it. I'm doing a one night. I have at least one night on a trip every month through May. So I have one trip a month planned. I'm doing the last day of January. I really pushed it to the end, but I've had the flu most of the month, and I got my tooth pulled on Tuesday. So it's been a month. This year started off with a bang.
Oof.
As we're wrapping up, Matt, have you seen Star Trek Academy yet?
Not yet. I have to dedicate some time to sit and watch.
Nobody put spoilers in the chat. I don't spoil it for him. I will just say that I have been enjoying it.
All right, we're 4 episodes in now.
4 episodes. The fourth one came out today.
Okay.
I was not a Disco watcher, and it shows.
Mm-hmm.
You did watch Disco, so I think you will understand. The burn comes up. I had to Google what that was because I did not watch Disco. But I've enjoyed it. Keith was pleasantly surprised. I am enjoying it. I really like Holly Hunter, like just as an actor. She makes some interesting choices. I have been very much enjoying that. I enjoy the Jem Hadar Klingon hybrid being a character. That has been very fun. I watched a TikTok of her being put into and taken out of the makeup, and I could not imagine having to sit through that process every time I was on camera.
Yeah.
But no, it's been fun. The one thing I will say, and this is not a critique so much of the show as sort of new Trek, is I don't want my Star Trek to feel like Star Wars. Like, I like watching Voyager or watching Next Gen or even the original series, and there being hope and uplift to it, right? Like the gritty realism of like people on planets and being very angry and war and all of that is not why I love Star Trek. Like, I don't mind it, but it's not what Star Trek is to me, right? Because I grew up on Next Gen and Voyager and even Enterprise, right? Like, those three were primarily what I watched. And even the clips I've seen of DS9, and some of this is just the 90s, right? But even like DS9, even when it gets dark and they're, doing the Dominion War and all of that, there is more, just less. And I say Star Wars because that's what like visually, that's what it reminds me of. It just, I don't want Star Wars in my Star Trek. Like, I don't want your chocolate in my peanut butter. And Keith, yeah, I understand the Borg wiping out. It was played differently than something like they have played the Burn on Disco, from what I've read, right? And some of it is like the style of 2020, the 2020s, right? Everything is more grounded and realistic and gritty and all of that. And I want I want the hope. I want the slight utopia. T'Pol is one of my favorite characters, Arnold Lally. I I've said that the conversation I want to see is T'Pol and Seven of Nine just being absolutely bone dry and just roasting people, because I would find that highly amusing.
That's fair.
But I've enjoyed it. There are a lot more moments of levity in Starfleet Academy because they can have that levity. But I do sometimes miss like Ambassador Troy showing up. You're like, hello, Mrs. Starfleet. Hello, Mrs. Star Trek. Please, you sound oddly like the computer on this ship. Like, I miss I miss sort of that 90s vibe of that. Do you know who is doing, I might spoil this a little bit for you. Do you know who's doing the voice of the it's not the computer voice of the computer on the ship, but the I think it's like the holographic chancellor of students or whatever they've called him. Do you know what famous person they have gotten to do this?
Not Robert Picardo.
No, he's an actor on the show.
I'm not sure.
They got Stephen Colbert to do it.
All right.
And it's like, it took me like to the second episode to be like, I know that voice. Why do I know that voice? And then I realized, oh, it's Stephen Colbert. And that's why I know that voice.
He's a fun voice actor because like he'll just show up and stuff and you're like, what? Wait. And then when you figure it out, it's pretty hilarious. I remember him doing a turn as a dentist, I want to say on American Dad. Like really early American Dad.
I love Voyager. Voyager is, I think, one of the best. Like, I also would love to see this captain and Janeway together for just like a conversation or 7.
There you go.
But yeah. I'm going to put you on the spot, Matt. What are your 3 favorite captains?
Sisko, Pike, and by Pike I mean Pike from Stranger Worlds, and I guess I could say Picard. I don't know. Like Janeway's sort of up there, but like it's just because the mission desperation, and she just gets to play in the Wild West, which is cool. I don't know that like coming home from a 7-year trek, and like it is a trek. Don't get me wrong. I'm not taking that away from the crew, but like I don't know that just makes you auto admiral.
I mean, she was. I think the thing about Janeway is not necessary, and I agree, it was the Wild West, right? Like it was basically a spaghetti western, but space. I think the interesting thing about Janeway is the one thing that Starfleet loves is a captain that faces moral questions over and over and over again, right? Like Picard had that, Kirk had that, Pike, like Archer, right? Like Archer created Starfleet, right? Like, or was the United Federation of Planets, excuse me. He was the guy from that, right?
Mm-hmm.
They love somebody who has had the moral snot kicked out of them. And Janeway has that, and grow and learn and realized that the prime directive is not always the thing you have to follow. The Omega directive is, but the prime directive has some flexibility in it, right? Like there has to be extenuating circumstances. And the thing about Janeway is she has experience in things that nobody else has had experience in due to an unusual situation, right? And I think that is beneficial. I think she probably would have made Admiral anyway. I think she gets pushed up faster because of what she did, but I don't think it was an undeserved promotion.
No, I don't necessarily say, I'm not trying to say it was undeserved. It's just more of a I don't know that like, oh, you're back and immediately here's a seat of the Admiralty.
I mean, she got them back in 7 years, and a shocking few number of named characters died.
I guess.
We did a bunch of credit card stuff, and now we're talking about Star Trek because that's what we do.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Janeway is my favorite, so there is always that. But I think she is a fascinating study. I don't think Jean-Luc Picard gets back in the same way.
Probably not. But I also think it's not Picard who engineers their way back.
Mm-mm.
But he has the engineer on his crew who gets him back.
I think Riker would have made it back more successfully as captain.
Possibly. But again, like, it's Reg.
I am not a Barclay stan.
No, I'm not trying to say, like, be a Barclay stan. It's just, I don't know. Reg was how they came back.
Yes. I mean, Reg, but also like 7 of 9 and Janeway like destroying the Queen. Like there were some. Also, B'Elanna Torres having a child in the middle of going through the conduits.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anything else you would like to talk about this week, sir?
No, I did my Chase wishlist video. If y'all want to check that out on my channel at Matt Clausen, my Chase Apple wishlist, that is. Just Apple credits all the way down. That would be great. I like the Hoth background. Yes, I enjoyed the Hoth background. That was a quick that was a nice one to do with Lonnie. Oh, I did an extended interview with Lonnie about the Built 2.0 launch. Again, like the cards are fine. Like again, my thing with Built has always been the cards are fine, the program is fine. The company continues to find ways to let us down. And Empire Strikes Back is probably the best of the series. Although
Spoiler, I've never seen Star Wars in full.
Disney took a wrecking ball to all that was decent.
Disney destroy something?
What? No,
No.
never.
No offense to Josh and his beloved Disney pins, but no. Yeah. But we'll be back on next Thursday for a live. We've got a show on Monday.
Yep.
Which should be good. It'd be February. Can you believe it, Matt? It's going to be February next week.
Yeah. At least January is over, and this January has sucked.
This January has been rough. I did not leave my house for 25 days in January. Like, I was that sick, where I was just full of the flu.
Oh, I'm we don't usually let like real life come into the pod too much or the lives, but yeah, no, life is, the outside world has been awful this month.
It's been pretty rough. All right, Matt, we are at 1:41. We have hit our hour and a half minimum that we seem to stick by. Any parting words?
Check out our videos over the course of the past week, or my videos over the course of the past week. Check out the pod from this week. It was just me, Lonnie, and Craig. Light topics, but mailbag is dropping tomorrow, so be on the lookout for that. And we'll be back Monday with we're recording Monday. We'll be back Wednesday and Friday with our regular stuff, and next Thursday for another live. And I don't know how many videos will be out between now and then from me. Probably 3.
Somewhere between 1 and 17.
Safe bet.
All right, guys, you can check out the podcast at sackyourpoints.com. Links to everything there. Have a good night.
Have a good one. And Matt